Here in council on August 25th, 2026. We have Pastor Michael Jackson going to do us an invocation, and then we will be followed by the Pledge of Allegiance.
All right, good afternoon, everyone. Let us pray. Gracious and eternal God, our Father, we thank you now for this day, God. God, and we thank you now, and we pause to thank you for this time. God, we thank you for our mayor, we thank you for our council, and we thank you for all who are gathered. We're asking now, God, that your hedge of protection around our city and our community, God, unify us like never before, God, not just in voice, but, Lord God, by walking hand in hand. God, we're asking that you touch this meeting, God, that it be ordained by you and guided by you, God. Help even the council and the mayor in their decision-making tonight, the days and the weeks and the months to come. And God, those who, our youth council tonight, be with them, be with those that will receive awards tonight. Continue to cover them. In Jesus' name we do pray. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Pastor Jackson. All right, I believe all the council had the minutes from the regular council meeting held on August 11th, 2026. I'll entertain a motion to approve.
Motion to approve minutes from meeting August 11th, 2026.
Second.
A motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed the same. Passes unanimously. All right, I am going to deviate just a little bit from our minutes here, and we got a special guest in the house tonight, Miss Helen Woodyard. If you would, Miss Helen, would you come forward? Miss Helen's 91 years young, and she got her GED. And we felt like it was an accomplishment recognizable by the city of LaGrange. So I'm going to read these words. We're honored to recognize a remarkable citizen of LaGrange, Miss Helen Woodyard. At the age of 91, Miss Woodyard earned her GED through West Georgia Technical College, becoming the oldest person in Georgia in the past decade to earn a GED. Helen began taking classes at the age 88, inspired by the accomplishments of her 4 children and determined to finish something she had always wanted to accomplish. When asked about her journey, Helen said, "I kept going because I don't quit anything I start." Your determination inspires all of us, and you have reminded our community that it's never too late to pursue a dream. On behalf of the City of LaGrange and City Council, congratulations. We're incredibly proud of you and honored to celebrate this amazing accomplishment. Would Helen's family please come forward? If there's any more in here who want to take pictures, we'll get some with the mayor and council. And I want to
This. You guys can help me. And family, let's get Miss Helen right in the middle. Right in the middle, right here.
We also give Miss Helen a proclamation at her graduation too, so I signed the proclamation.
If y'all want to take, anybody want to take pictures, you're more than welcome to take pictures.
There, you want to come back up here with us?
Okay, and let's see if we can.
I think that would be better off.
Wait for the mayor, Katie.
Guys ready? Let me come in a little bit. If y'all could separate just a little bit, like right here, I gotta see. Okay, ready? Y'all ready? 1, 2, 3.
Harley.
Tommy, Ruby?
I'm the only new speaker.
Oh, we got one more back there in the back. All right.
Congratulations.
Oh, yeah?
Congratulations, Woodyard. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Yes, ma'am.
If the family wants to go, y'all are welcome to leave, so I will move you to the front so you didn't have to stay the whole time. You're welcome. Congratulations. Give them just a second. It is amazing. Ain't no way at 91 would I be wanting to do that. At 88.
At 78.
That's right.
At 60. At 58.
It's kind of remarkable.
Towards other than Fridays. I'm the opposite of high school. I went and saw Matt today. Said he called him crying.
Oh, that's awful.
All right, we'll pick back up now. We have 4 public hearings tonight. And Mr. Costello, I'll save you the question for every time. Has all these public hearings been properly advertised?
Yes, Mr. Mayor, they have.
Okay. All right, we're here tonight to receive comments on the Board of Planning and Zoning Appeals recommendation on the proposed UDO text amendment regarding self-storage in ACMX and to allow RV and boat storage within the same zoning district via a special use permit. And if there's anyone in council chambers that would like to speak for or against this amendment regarding self-storage, please come forward now. All right, seeing none, I will declare this public hearing closed. All right, now we're here also for a public hearing to receive comments on the Board of Planning and Zoning Appeals recommendation on proposed UDO text amendment regarding amusement and recreational industries within TNMX. And I will ask if anyone here in council chambers would like to speak for or against this public hearing, please come forward.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
What was the change in, is it gonna be called amusement and recreation industries, or is it because that's the topic?
Well, we discussed it this morning during the work session. We just commonly referred to it as tumbling and gymnastic studios. The verbiage that you see on the agenda this evening is actually what was taken from our table of permitted and prohibited uses, so it just makes it more accurate.
Okay, perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Costello.
Okay, seeing no one wanting to speak at that, I will declare that public hearing closed. And we're here to receive comment on a Board of Planning and Zoning Appeals recommendation on the proposed UDO text amendment regarding parking orientation requirements. Is there anyone in council chambers that would like to speak for or against this text amendment? Seeing none, we will declare this public hearing closed. Last public hearing is to receive comments on the Dawson Street redevelopment plan amendment. Is there anyone in council chambers that would like to speak to this Dawson Street redevelopment? For or against? Okay, sir, come on up and state your name. Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening. Yeah, I just, of course, had a few concerns or just questions concerning the, I guess the whole project, the entire setup from start to beginning, how it was conveyed to me when I learned about it, became knowledgeable of it, and just a few things that kind of stuck out that was like, how was this done? how was it actually from the ground up to, I guess, where it's at now. And of course, I had received information from the individual that actually has, control of it now, stating that certain things was going in certain directions. So I'm just kind of trying to get enlightened on, what's the procedure or exactly how everything channeled down through.
I know you've spoken before us before, but would you mind stating your name?
Oh, excuse me, my apologies. Malcolm Smith.
Okay, thank you.
Right.
Thank you, Mr. Smith.
Okay.
Yeah, from the inception of the deal that was made, only a few of us was here. I know I wasn't, Ms. Pippin wasn't, Ms. Cosmo wasn't, Mr. Pardue wasn't. I think these two guys here were here, so they can shed some light on it along with the city manager. And
I guess we're here for what's at hand, the vote to amend the redevelopment agreement, but I will speak that it was a unanimous decision by council at the time in the beginning to do this development agreement with.
Okay. Well, I guess the thing is I'm just trying to get a grasp on, like I said, is, from looking at some of the documents that I reviewed, as to the development of the starting process, from looking at the Georgia Secretary of State documents to all the way down to challenging now from the first, I guess it was to be the third extension with it or something, to that degree to, second agreement, second extension, okay. And because it started in 2021, and even from the inception of it, even when I looked at the Secretary of State documents, that was even kind of confusing because the individual that was titled the property, that name wasn't on any of the Secretary of State documents. You had an attorney name on it, but it was none of the documents who was titled the property. And of course, the amount that it was titled to them for, and even with the option of them getting it at a certain price point, and then even still having the flexibility, even having met those different steps of it to where the game, when all of this stuff, stipulation were put in place, even as to what was met in order to get to this point of having to ask for the additional extensions on it. So it's a lot of the things that I just kind of observed that were floating around that was kind of odd to get to that point of being able to say, okay, this hadn't been met, but yet it was extended to the next step, in the different layers of it, all the way to the point of when it was put out from the initial point of even from the qualification of the person that received it, even from that, even that question mark. I know you say, from what I heard, it was a friend of a person that had actually done a project here, but it wasn't actually that person that actually was deemed the property. It wasn't that person. It was a friend, a relative, or something like that. So it just kind of like, it's a little bit question marks to me when you're talking about it from an ethical point and looking at it from a perspective how it should have been perceived, should have been challenged. Not saying that who all was involved that's already here now. I'm just looking at, when I look back at the records, what I observed to even get to this point.
So I guess I can take that you're against us taking, approving this redevelopment plan. Is that what I'm taking?
Based on it's based on the evidence that I have. It's a question mark. I'll say that it's a question mark based on the evidence. And that's I can just follow the evidence trail.
The developer's here. I'll ask her if she wants to say a few words.
And I don't know if would it be appropriate for either the city manager or the city attorney, because of the number of people that we've got here, to kind of give a little bit of explanation of what we're even what the public hearing's even about for this, particularly since we have people speaking for it? I mean, just a basic, it's not.
Sure, we have to.
Okay.
And this a little bit predates me as well, but I do know the history of it. The city had the property of the old Dawson Street School, if people know where that is, and it was in a state of disrepair, and it was gonna cost the city at that time, I think it was several $100,000 to take the building to the ground, to raise the building. And so we had a developer who's here, and I think we'll speak in just a minute, who was interested in taking that property and turn it into some townhomes. So they wanted to take the school, turn it into some townhomes. There was another piece of property behind it to do some additional development. So the city council at that point in time decided, hey, we'll sell that property to you for $10,000 and give you a certain amount of time to do the development and to reach substantial completion. Because everybody knows what happened in 2020, right? Bad times with COVID. What happened to prices in 2021, 2022? Doubled, tripled. So the developer's costs went through the roof, and the project became uneconomical to complete. So she came to us and asked for an extension so that she could apply for some historical tax credits, which would then help to fund the project. So the city council agreed to give her 2 additional years to get the historical tax credits, hopefully get the project started and completed. And now here we are 2 years later. She's been able to get the historical tax credits. I think she can speak to that, although the governor vetoed the state credit, which hurt a little bit economically. So now she's asking for 3 more years to finish under the new scenario. So that's a little bit of the history of where we are.
Thank you.
And the developer can certainly speak to where she is with the project. She has done a lot of work. I will say she has done a lot of work. Bill Bullock and I have toured the place. She's done asbestos removal, taken down some walls, reinforced some walls, done some work. So she's invested some money. She can tell you how much, but there has been a good bit of work done.
It was in bad disrepair.
It was in terrible disrepair at the start.
Hey, Patrick, just for clarity, so the governor vetoed the state tax credit,
That's right.
but she still got the federal tax credit?
That's
okay.
And the state tax freeze you can still
Okay.
go after, just not the tax credit.
Say that again.
There are 2 parts to the state. There's the tax credits and there's the tax freeze. You can still do the tax freeze, you just can't get the tax credits. There aren't.
Okay.
I'm gonna let Mr. Smith finish here, and then we'll have you come up, Mr. Evans. All right.
So basically, that's where you know, when you talk about, I guess, the channel of it, because even with the fact of you know, like I said, I think you said the amount that it was sold for, the $10,000 or whatever, and she got to receive the property at $10,000, but at that point, was any of the stipulations made and completed, even for that phase 1 part of it? You know, you got to look at, like I said, the documents in the paper trail that did, look at how everything balances out, and just try to see, you know, how it stretches along the way itself. And that's what I was looking at, all the details in depth. And then when I was looking, I was like, wow, you know, because even to the fact that when, you know, I spoke to the developer, and she was even talking about even possibly putting it, like having to market it, you know, put it on the market. So that means that you're selling it for, in this market, it could be $700,000-800,000, but you only pay $10,000 for it. And when you're talking about a market, so and then you talk about the benefit of the city. Where would that even go back to benefit of the city when the whole project, from what I'm hearing, was supposed to be for affordable housing to the community? So how does that benefit when it correlates to that?
I'll let Ms. Finley answer your questions. Thank you.
So from the beginning, we were not planning for affordable housing. We were looking at townhouses, and they were market rate townhouses. And the city was very in favor of that when we took off on this process. That was actually part of your housing plan that had been developed, and it was a part that had been called out, and it was very important because there was not enough missing middle housing, and that was one of the things that was necessary. So that's the direction we took. And you've told some of the story, Patrick, but given the market and the area, the townhouse, we could never pencil it out. We went out for bid 2 different times, modified the design twice, and so now what we have available, and this is dictated by historic tax credits because they don't want you to change the building the way we were planning to change the building. So we are back to the building exterior will not be modified, only put back as it should be for historic property. And now what you are going to get is something much more affordable because of the scale of the market, the units that are inside the building. So everything is a 1-bedroom. And before we had some of the units that were almost 3,000 square feet. So we are now actually in a place where everything that's in this building is going to be affordable at market rate. So you're getting something much closer to what you probably need now, especially since the market has changed greatly since we started this process. Lots of new construction has gone up, and so there is a missing market for what now is going to come online there. And to speak to the idea that I have talked with people about partnering or putting money into the project, yes, I have been open to that. I have been in conversation with Jaja Hurd. I have been in conversation with everybody in this town. So I have been open, listening to what is the best thing here, and that is how I ended up talking with Malcolm Smith. And so, yes, my intent to go forward is now with something, I'll have 20 units. I had only committed to 14 units in the building. Now there will be 20. Not only will there be 20, there will also be a space in the building, in the auditorium, which had to be maintained, that has the kitchen underneath it, so that can be an event space for the people that are in there and for the community that could be leased out. And then in the bigger picture, the land around it, as it's developed, that can act as a community space for the whole development. So that's where we are.
So do you have these plans in writing, or?
I do have all those plans. They were submitted, and it takes a very long time to go back and forth with historic. Historic basically approved all of this on June 29th. And so when they approved it, there were some provisions in there that I had to make some minor modifications to the window style and some other things that have to be exact to historic. So the architects are working on that stuff now. So just as an idea of what I have put in this building since I've had it, it has been multiple redesigns, not only architecture but engineering. We had to do all the abatement on the property, which was not small. I mean, it had a boiler room, and that you're talking about asbestos and all kinds of stuff in there. So all of that lead paint had to all be basically encapsulated, anything that stayed in there, because you can't rip everything out because then it's not historic anymore. So we've done all that stuff and basically stabilized the site and had to secure the site because we constantly have had people trying to get in. I mean, I had to fence the property in the back, I have cameras up, and so it's been an interesting process to just keep it stable till I get to the point of starting again.
Right, and I want this project to be successful, do not get me wrong, I do. This is some more new information that we're getting, and I have some concerns. I definitely would like to see some plans and where exactly this is going to be moving forward, especially to extend more years. That's my only concern with it.
Well, I'm happy to share that with you.
Okay.
I have all that, I can forward it to you, with only the caveat that we will be making some minor modifications to like the window schedule and some stuff like that. So, but those were the only concerns historic where we are now. That's the only thing that still has to be revised. So that's in process, and once I have that finished, that will all be sent out for bid again. And I have a partner, he was here with me last time, who will be talking, through all this. So, and because he is the general manager, or he is a construction person, and he is a mechanical engineer by training, he's looking at value engineering options all the time and that sort of thing. So anyway, so that's where we are.
Any more questions for Ms. Finley?
Yes. So that's 20 units,
Just in the school building.
1 bedrooms. What's the square footage?
They range from there are some studios that are like 350 square feet, but they're full apartments. They have a kitchen, they have everything. And then some of them are up to 850, I think, is the biggest one.
Do you know what your price point is gonna be?
I won't know that for sure until we have construction money or dollars back, but I'm watching, and of course, you know, I was involved in the Dixie Mill redevelopment. I know what they rent over there, and we will certainly be more competitive than that. And only because we're smaller. You know, per square foot, we'll have the same kind of finishes as that building, but it's just a smaller unit, so it'll be a better price.
When you say affordable housing, are you comparing that to AMI of 200 FPL?
So I'm not calling this affordable housing. I'm saying this is more affordable at market rate than what is out there. This
Okay.
is not by
So
definition.
it's not affordable housing, it's gonna be market rate.
That is right.
And it was it, so if I'm understanding correctly, when you project workable, you weren't really were you doing historic tax
No,
credits?
that was part of my ask when I came
Okay.
back the first
Okay,
time,
that's
because
what I
that
thought.
was not part of the original ask. I had not intended to use any
Right.
tax credits.
Okay, and in order to make it work, you decided to go with the tax credits, if I remember correctly.
And when you do historic tax credits, it must be for rent. It cannot be for
Okay.
sale, for 5 years.
Which is based on the beauty of the way the school used to look. I've got to say, I was happy at the time when we extended it the first time. And I'd like to see the project happen. And I know there's a great need for one bedroom unit. So I wish you the best of luck on the project.
Ms. Finley, how confident are you that with your tax credit plus your liquid funding that you have, how confident are you that you're gonna have this done in this extension that we give you?
It can happen, absolutely.
So
All
scale
the
of 1 to
weird
10
things
or
that are hanging
percent?
out there, you and I have talked about this before. We can do it, Mr. Childs, it can happen, and I am committed to your area, because you
rooting-
know I'm working on the Dawson Mill project too, and that thing is about to happen.
I'm rooting for you, Tammy. I promise
Please
you.
do.
I promise you I'm rooting for you. Let me ask you a question though.
Yep.
Because you know, this is business. I like you personally, you know that, but this is business.
Yep.
So, would you be willing to that a stipulation, if you would not have the project done in these 2 years, that the other 5 or 6 acres beside it, that's off the table for you?
Well, that's the deal anyway.
It's already on.
Okay.
That's already the deal.
Already on the deal.
Okay. Well,
That's already the deal,
okay.
so
I'm rooting for you though. I want you to know that. I want you to know that.
I'm glad.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, that's all I got for you.
Anybody else? All right, thank you.
Thanks,
Anybody
David.
else want to speak for or against this project? All right, seeing none, I declare this public hearing closed. All right, petitions and communications. We got the Dawson Street redevelopment plan amendment,
Fresh on your mind.
fresh on our minds.
Fresh on your mind.
So I will entertain a motion to accept the amendment and move forward.
Motion to accept the amendment for the Dawson Street School redevelopment plan.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, the same. All right, it's 4-1. All right, thank you. Oh, we got the city manager report, the GDOT reimbursement.
Yes, sir. Mayor and Council, one item that was discussed this morning. Georgia Department of Transportation has agreed to reimburse the city, who will then reimburse our contractor, McElroy Construction, for $44,560 for some unforeseen expenses that they incurred on the project. So we would ask the mayor and council to authorize the mayor to execute the agreement with GDOT for reimbursement, and then we'll submit the request to them and pass those funds along to the contractor.
All right, I'll entertain a motion to enter into the.
Motion to approve.
Got a motion second, or any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, the same. Passes unanimously. All right, first reading of ordinances to authorize self-storage and RV and boat storage within the ACMX district.
An ordinance of the mayor and council of the city of LaGrange to amend the code of the city, to amend the zoning ordinance of the city in order to allow personal storage as a permitted use within the ACMX zoning district, to allow recreational vehicle and boat storage use within the ACMX zoning district, subject to special use permit, to modify the supplemental use provisions for recreational vehicle and boat storage, to repeal conflicting ordinances, to fix an effective date and for other purposes.
All right, to authorize amusement and recreational industries within TNMX zoning district.
An ordinance of the mayor and council of the city of LaGrange to amend the code of the city, to amend the permitted use table to authorize amusement and recreational industries within the TNMX zoning district, to repeal conflicting ordinances, to fix an effective date and for other purposes.
To modify parking orientation requirements.
An ordinance of the mayor and council of the city of LaGrange to amend the zoning ordinance of the city in order to reduce the parking orientation requirement within multiple zoning districts, to repeal conflicting ordinances, to fix an effective date and for other purposes.
Fire lane ordinance.
An ordinance of the mayor and council of the city of LaGrange to amend the fire lane ordinance in order to modify the conditions in which emergency responders may park in fire lanes, to repeal conflicting ordinances, fix an effective date and for other purposes.
Okay, we have no second reading of ordinances tonight. Delegations, we have the LaGrange Youth Council inductions. We're glad to have y'all with us.
Hello, Mayor and Council. My name is Olivia Johnson, and I'm the lead advisor for the LaGrange Youth Council. Today marks the beginning of a new year for the Youth Council, and Adam, Katie, and I are excited and honored to work with and help lead this group of future leaders. We have a wonderful group of students joining us this year, and we are excited to start the year off strong. The students on Youth Council come from all across LaGrange and represent all 3 public schools, as well as LaGrange Academy, Lafayette Christian School, and Springwood School. We have 32 students in total and need 20 to be inducted. I would like for our city attorney to swear in our students.
If those of you who are taking the oath would please stand and raise your right hand. I do solemnly swear that I will well and truly perform the duties of a youth council member of the city of LaGrange to the best of my skill and ability, and as to me shall seem to be in the best interest and welfare of the city, without fear, favor, or affection. If you accept this oath, please say, I will. I will. Thank you and congratulations.
We would love to introduce each one, or rather, let them introduce themselves. As each student approaches, we'd like to invite the mayor and city manager to join us at the front for an individual photo with each new member. And afterward, we would love to get a group picture with everybody.
Hello, my name is Molly Harrelson, and I'm a junior at LaGrange High School. Hi, I'm Mary Frances Kersey, and I'm a junior at LaGrange High School.
Hello, I'm Addison Shaw, and I'm a junior at LaGrange High School.
Hello, I'm Edmund Huffman. I'm a senior at LaGrange High School.
Hi, I'm Izzy Frazier, and I'm a junior at LaGrange High School.
Hi, my name is Lauren Copeland, and I'm a junior at LaGrange High School.
Good evening, my name is Bailey Heflin, and I'm a junior at LaGrange High School. My name is Helen and I'm a junior at LaGrange High School.
Hi, my name is Finley Island. I'm a senior at LaGrange High School.
Hey, my name is Gardner Kane. I'm a junior at LaGrange High School.
Hey, my name is Hannah Clifton. I'm a senior at Troop High School.
Hello, I'm Talia Sparks, and I'm a junior at LaGrange High School.
Hello, I'm Christian Fannin, and I'm a junior at Callaway High School.
Good evening. My name is Brielle Wilson, and I'm a junior at Callaway High School.
Hello, I'm Chloe Sims, and I'm a junior at LaGrange High School.
Good evening. My name is Layla Childs, and I am a senior at Troop High School.
Perfect. Yes, come on. Wait. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yes. We've got a couple more.
Hello, nice to meet you. My name is Leanna Lee, and I'm a senior at Callaway High School.
Good evening. I'm Landon Martini, and I'm a senior at LaGrange High School.
Hey, I'm Hudson Cobble, and I'm a junior at LaGrange Academy.
And parents, y'all are more than welcome to jump in and take pictures. Yes, I want all.
I saw him out there. I figured this much. I'll be tight. Yes. Move back to new ways.
Take my glasses off. You want to stand in the chair?
You better stand in your chair for touch too, or I'll be taller than you.
One. I can't get it. I'm going to get that. Parents, go ahead and take pictures.
You're not the right standard.
Okay. Congratulations.
All right, congratulations.
Layla.
What's left? I packed up. Is that about it?
We look forward to seeing what this youth council is going to do for the city of LaGrange. Thank y'all for being part of it. And now we'll have our closing comments.
Good evening. My name is Lucy Marie Hart, and I'm a senior at Troop High School. Tonight's good news is that the city officially kicked off the 2026 Fall Mayor's Health Initiative Saturday with the LaGrange College Panther Pursuit. It was a great turnout with our community partners downtown LaGrange and LaGrange College. Our next event will be the LaGrange Fire Department's annual 9/11 Memorial Stair Climb on September 11th at Callaway Stadium.
Thank you.